Exposing the Bible's books and Gospels corruptions, books. Angry, books of Old Testament, angry. In this article we will reveal the Old Testament's historical corruptions. Orange book, the book of Genesis. Closed book, the book of Numbers. Green book, the book of Deuteronomy. Blue book, the book of Joshua. Fancy notebook, the book of Judges. Notebook, the book of Ruth. Books, the books of 1 and 2 Samuel. Books, the books of 1 and 2 Kings. Books, the books of 1 and 2 Chronicles. Closed book, the book of Esther. Notebook, the book of Job. Question mark, books, the books of Psalm. Green book, the book of Proverbs. Blue book, the book of Ecclesiastes. Orange book, the book of Ecclesiasticus. Ledger, the book of Wisdom. Closed book, the book of Song of Songs. Notebook, the book of Lamentations. Below, you'll see that the Bible's books and Gospels were. Light bulb, 1, do contain alterations, fables and man-made injections in them. Light bulb, 2, written by mysterious men. Light bulb, 3, written by an unknown number of men. Light bulb, 4, written in unknown places. Light bulb, 5, written in unknown dates. According to the commentaries below, all of the books of the Bible were altered and corrupted. The Bible's own theologians even admit that the Bible contains fictions, its original manuscripts had been lost, and contains fairy tales and fables. Angry, 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 angry. Orange book, the book of Genesis, orange book. Historically, Jews and Christians alike have held that Moses was the author/compiler of the first 5 books of the Old. These books, known also as the Pentateuch, meaning 5-volumed book, were referred to in Jewish tradition as the 5/5 of the Law of Moses. The Bible itself suggests Mosaic authorship of Genesis, since AC 15:1 refers to circumcision as the custom taught by Moses, an allusion of GE 17. However, a certain amount of later editorial updating does appear to be indicated. See, for example, notes on 14:14, 36:31, 47:11. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 2. Writing, so in reality, the book of Genesis had been tampered with by man. It had been corrupted. It is dangerous to consider all of it as the true living words of God Almighty, because by doing so, we are running into the risk of committing a crime against Him, since we are claiming that He spoke words that He never spoke. Angry, 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 angry. Closed book, the book of Numbers, closed book. Books, it is not necessary, however, to claim that Numbers came from Moses' hand complete and in final form. Portions of the book were probably added by scribes or editors from later periods of Israel's history. For example, the protestation of the humility of Moses, 12:3, would hardly be convincing if it came from his own mouth. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 183. Writing, so in reality, we don't know who were all the authors who wrote the book of Numbers. How is it possible then to call the book of Numbers the true living revelations of God Almighty if the book had been tampered with by the man-made laws of the scribes? Writing, as you clearly saw in Jeremiah 8:8 in the introduction above, God Almighty condemned the laws of the scribes and accused them for turning the Bible into a lie. Angry, 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 angry. Green book, the book of Deuteronomy, green book. Books, the book itself testifies that, for the most part, Moses wrote it, 1-5, 31-9, 22-24, and other odd books agree, 1 Key 2-3, 853, 2 Key 14-6, 1812, though the preamble, 1-1-5, may have been written by someone else, and the report of Moses' death, ch.34, was almost certainly written by someone else. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 240. Writing, as we clearly see, There is ample evidence that proves beyond the shadow of the doubt that Moses was not the sole author of the book. He couldn't have possibly have written about his own death. Again, another corrupted book by man in the Bible. How can you claim that the book of Deuteronomy was indeed all revealed by God Almighty? If you're not sure, and you still insist on your claim, then you are committing a crime against God Almighty's revelations. Angry, 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 angry. Blue Book, the Book of Joshua, Blue Book. Books. It seems safe to conclude that the book, at least in its early form, dates from the beginning of the monarchy. Some think that Samuel may have had a hand in shaping or compiling the materials of the book, but in fact we are unsure who the final author or editor was. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 286. Writing, again, another book whom we don't know who in the world wrote it. Yet, Jews and Christians consider this nonsense as a revelation from God Almighty. Angry, 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 angry. Fancy Notebook, the Book of Judges, Fancy Notebook. Books. Although, according to tradition, Samuel wrote the book, authorship is actually uncertain. The date of the composition is also unknown, but it was undoubtedly during the monarchy. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 322. Writing, another book with many doubts had been inserted into the Bible. How much more evidence do you need to be convinced that the Bible is corrupted, or to say the least, not a perfect book? Angry, 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 angry. Notebook, the Book of Ruth, Notebook. Books, the author is unknown. Jewish tradition points to Samuel, but it is unlikely that he is the author because the mention of David, 4:17-22, implies a later date. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 360. Same as above. Angry, 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 angry. Books, the books of 1 and 2 Samuel, books. Books, many questions have arisen pertaining to the literary character, authorship and date of 1,2 Samuel. Who the author was cannot be known with certainty since the book itself gives no indication of his identity. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 368. Writing, again, unknown books with unknown authors had been inserted into the Bible and are now considered God's revelations. What a joke! Since when do we consider man-made stories and narrations as God's revelations? Angry, 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 angry. Books, the books of 1 and 2 Kings, books. Books, there is little conclusive evidence as to the identity of the author of 1,2 Kings. Whoever the author was, it is clear that he was familiar with the book of Deuteronomy. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 459. Again, another unknown books with unknown authors had corrupted the Bible. Angry, 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 angry. Books, the books of 1 and 2 Chronicles, books. Books, according to ancient Jewish tradition, Ezra wrote Chronicles, Ezra and Nehemiah, see Introduction to Ezra, literary form and authorship, but this cannot be established with certainty. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 569. Again, another doubtful nonsense had been considered to be God's revelations. Angry, 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 angry. Closed book, the Book of Esther, closed book. Although we do not know who wrote the Book of Esther, from internal evidence it is possible to make some inferences about the author and the date of composition. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 707. Same as above. Angry, 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 angry. Notebook, the Book of Job, notebook. Books, although most of the book consists of the words of Job and his counselors, Job himself was not the author. The unknown author probably had access to oral and/or written sources. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 722. Writing, ironically, the book is named as the Book of Job, but yet, Job was not the author, and no one in this world knows who wrote the book. Today, it is considered God's revelations. Writing, it's quite pathetic to consider unknown people as God's messengers and attribute their work to God's real messengers. Writing, it's obvious that like most of the Bible's book and Gospels, the book of Job had been lost. Angry, 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 angry. Books, the books of Psalm, books. Books, regarding authorship, opinions are even more divided. The notations themselves are ambiguous since the Hebrew phraseology used, meaning in general belonging to, and also be taken in the sense of concerning or for the use of or dedicated to. The name may refer to the title of a collection of psalms that had been gathered under a certain name. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 773. The Psalms consist of 150 poems of Israel written at different times by different authors, though mainly by David, around 1000 BC. Because of the vast range of human feelings expressed in the Psalms, this book remains one of the best-loved and most used books of the Bible. From the King James Version Bible Commentary, 1, page 801. Writing, as we clearly see above from the NIV and KJV Bible's commentaries, this book cannot be considered as the true words of God Almighty, because it was written by many unknown authors. There is no proof that these authors were true messengers of God Almighty. Another corruption and man-made alterations had invaded the Bible and corrupted it. This corrupted book claims that the earth is flat and never moves. He set the earth on its foundations, it can never be moved. From the NIV Bible, Psalm 104:5. Since when the earth is flat and can never move? We all know that the earth and the other planets rotate and move in space around the sun. Angry, 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 angry. Green Book, the Book of Proverbs, Green Book. Books. Although the book begins with a title ascribing the Proverbs to Solomon, it is clear from later chapters that he was not the only author of the book. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 935. Writing, can anyone please tell me who that other author was? And did God Almighty speak those words through his tongue? Exclamation question mark. These are fair questions, aren't they? Exclamation question mark. Angry, 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 angry. Blue Book, the Book of Ecclesiastes, Blue Book. Books, no time period or writer's name is mentioned in the book, but several passages strongly suggest that King Solomon is the authors. On the other hand, the writer's title, his unique style of Hebrew and his attitude toward rulers may point to another person and a later period. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 988. Writing, was it or was it not Solomon who wrote this book? If you say it was Solomon, then how can you prove it? Writing, and by the way, was this book a revelation to Solomon, or just Solomon's own personal writings, if it were Solomon's book from the first place? Writing, this corrupted book claims that the sun hurries back to where it rises. The sun rises and the sun sets, and hurries back to where it rises. From the NIV Bible, Ecclesiastes 1:5. Writing, since when the sun hurries back to where it rises, like if there is some hole it rises from and another hole it sets through on earth. Writing, for those Jews and Christians who would like to see where in the noble Quran does Allah Almighty say that the planets in space rotate and move, read the following noble verse. It is He who created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon, all, the celestial bodies, swim along, each in its orbit with its own motion. The Noble Quran, 21:33. For other noble verses please read the Quran. Orange Book, the Book of Ecclesiasticus, Orange Book. Writing, this book does not even exist in the NIV Bible. It however exists in the Roman Catholics' The New Jerusalem Bible. This book consists of 51 chapters that apparently the NIV Bible historians and theologians don't believe that they are the true words of God Almighty. Talk about major and serious differences and corruptions in the Bibles today. Writing, let us look at this verse from this book. And the birth of any daughter is a loss. From the New Jerusalem Bible, Ecclesiasticus 22:3, since when does God give stupid generalizing statements for all the members of a certain group of his creation? Ledger, the Book of Wisdom, Ledger. Writing, again, this book does not even exist in the NIV Bible. It however exists in the Roman Catholics' The New Jerusalem Bible. This book consists of 19 chapters that apparently the NIV Bible historians and theologians don't believe that they are the true words of God Almighty. Again, talk about major and serious differences and corruptions in the Bibles today. Closed book, the Book of Song of Songs, closed book. Books, verse 1 appears to ascribe authorship to Solomon. Solomon is referred to 7 times, and several verses speak of the king, but whether he was the author remains an open question. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 997. Books, 2 lovers, Solomon and a Shulamite girl, express their feelings for one another, with occasional comments made by friends. From the King James Version Commentary, 2, page 945. Writing, again, we don't know who wrote the book. Please visit on the website the article X-rated pornography in the Bible regarding this pornful and sick book, the book of Rolling Eyes Face. 1. She wished if her lover was her brother nursed at her mother's breasts so she wouldn't have to take him home in secret, mouth shut face. 2. Her breasts and vagina taste like wine for him, grimacing face. Writing, the KJV Bible's theologians and historians say that the pornful book talks about Solomon and his lover. But we don't know whether it was Solomon who wrote this book or not, nor do we know whether this is some ridiculous poem and a lie written after he died or not. Writing, one must ask a simple question here: why should there be lovers in the Bible? Why should there be illegal sex and disgusting pornography in the Bible? Notebook, the Book of Lamentations, Notebook. Books, although Lamentations is anonymous and we cannot be certain who wrote it, ancient Jewish and Christian tradition ascribes it to Jeremiah. From the NIV Bible Commentary, 1, page 1207. Writing, what a joke. Christians and Jews point the book to Jeremiah without any certainty to who wrote the book. How is it possible for us to consider this book as the true living words of God Almighty? Writing, Christians and Jews have yet to find and prove the original author of the book and all of the books mentioned above, and then prove that they were indeed revelations from God Almighty. Writing, failure to accomplish the 2 tasks in inserting this type of nonsense into the Bible and claiming that it was the words of God Almighty is a crime against God. Writing, embrace Islam, the religion of the one true living undivided God Almighty, and you will be saved.